Is there anything that you regret buying?
Um, I would say I'm not a big person of regrets,
Mm.
but I do one thing just early on in my career of just the stewardship that I had with my money.
Yep.
In terms of it got to a point, Sue, where I enabled the people around me to spend like 400,000 a month. Yeah,
Four hundred
like
thousand dollars a month. You must be out your rabbit ass mind. Look. I know when we young, we want to help family, especially when we make it big, and that's all fine. But you got to take care of self first. But $400,000 a month, man, I don't know if I could spend that. The only way I can spend that kind of money in a month, and I probably still couldn't do it because I'm older and wiser now. But the only way I could do that, man, if I buy a brand new house and just pay cash money down on it. That's the only way. Cause I ain't even got to have that expensive cars. Cause I done had nice things in my life, so those things don't matter. Cause one thing about it, man, God gonna bring you back down to earth if you get too high. This is a proven fact. So $400,000 a month is to me, it's just selfish by his family doing that to him, taking his kindness for weakness and flipping stuff. You couldn't even flip prostitution that damn quick with $400,000. Cause look, I'm telling you, if you look at today's economy, and this was probably 10 years ago when he got drafted, because as he said in the beginning of the interview, he made 13.5, and he started checking, he just couldn't believe it. He said he wasn't going to touch it. But you best believe, them damn vultures and them people you call family members, if you make it big, they going to touch it. Find a way. They use the blame game, they use guilty consciences, they use manipulation, they use it all. But at the end of the day, and I get into it in a minute when you hear the other part of the clip. But when you have people that have been there, day one, I get you want to take care of them. But if they got your best interests at heart, they would not spend your money like that. They would, respect your boundaries, and that's something he talked about in the clip I'm about to bring up. But that kind of money, man, I don't care if you got it. I don't care if somebody, offers it to you. You got to be respectful, and then you got to have their best interest at heart. Because y'all got to understand, when these players retire, the average player go broke in the first 5 years after retirement. And imagine what $400,000 would do after 5 years, and he probably still got a good piece of change in the bank. But that's neither here nor there. But you got to think life. You got to think about your wife, your kids, um, your intermediate family, and just living life after football, investing. Shaq is probably one of the best at that. You saw what Jamal Mashburn did with restaurants. So when you retire, you got to have that money to invest or to keep building without really, going back to a 9 to 5, because 9 to 5s, even though they, paying us regular people, you don't want to go back to that, man. Trust me, you don't, because living paycheck to paycheck ain't nice. Let's just keep it honest, man. But let's keep this video going, man.
yeah, like it was on a month, bro. Like on clothes, on trying to trying to uh trying to do stuff on eBay. Like, bro, it was a lot.
Okay.
It was a lot. Like they called themselves trying to flip stuff.
Yeah.
And that's when instantly I was like, okay, now, yeah, nah, bro, like because when you see 8 figures, like you like, oh man, this ain't going nowhere. But when you read your monthly statement,
Yeah.
and you see a number that you're not even like, if you're not touching it, man, you see that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And you see that number, you're like, oh nah, this ain't gonna go.
You got damn right. You got to take that enabling away, man. See, one thing about it, when you have money, people will take your kindness for weakness. And when you enable people, you just turn them into a different type monster. Because as soon as that cutoff starts, that's when people start dropping off the map. And he did the right thing. He started, focusing on, what he needed to do for himself, how to take care of himself, and, just stop giving them access. Because one thing about it, if they were in the same situation, would you have access to their money? I don't think so. So this is the thing that people fail to realize, man. When you're an athlete, you just have so much on your plate at one time, from, uh, hospital bills if you get hurt, daily expenses as far as traveling, like I said, taking care of family. So you have a lot of stuff going on just with daily life that you're spending money on. And to have somebody come in and, just spend your money at free will, just can't do that. But let's go and wrap this video up, man.
So what was that transition like then? Obviously, there was quote unquote a mistake in enabling and trusting. How did you position yourself and transition from that point in life to one where you're at right now, where you obviously have had tons of experiences in between that? And what have you done differently to get there?
Yeah, the first transition was taking it away, like limiting myself from being that person to like taking accountability of like, no, it's my fault. You know what I'm saying? But also boundaries, bro.
Yeah.
Having boundaries is so challenging when it's your family.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because
you want to give them everything. Yeah.
Because you want to give them everything, but also it's just like they were the people that you dreamed of it with.
Yeah.
Of you and doing that process with. So like if you live in a dream, then they gotta live a dream. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only right.
No, that ain't only right. One thing about it, man, let's keep it real, man. The only time that somebody deserves to live your dream is they're helping you complete your dream. And what I mean by that, if they're around every day encouraging you to do the right thing, encouraging you to be great, encourage you to keep growing. Like I said, look, with investments. He talked about his friends, how they're, moving out with their families and how they're growing. And if they're growing in the process that you're growing, then yeah, they could be around because they had the same focus and the same dream that you have. But if it's somebody that just freeloading and leeching and doing those type things, no, you can't do that. And these are the type of lessons that we have to learn. But as we get older, we do learn these lessons because, like I've said, I've been in tight spots. I've been homeless. But I had to learn the hard way to depend on the people that were around me that had my best interest to help me get back on my feet. And that's why I tell y'all, man, God works in mysterious ways. He can humble you so fast, and he can put you in a spot to where you have to put your faith in him and trust him and find a way to use the vision that he gives you to grow as a person. And these are the things that I've learned over my life that he's definitely, he's able, man. Trust me, he is. But Jameis Winston in this situation with family and friends spending money, it's just something that goes on daily, and we just have to learn to grow from it. Just hoping we don't go broke trying to do these things. But the outcome in the end is to have wealth, to be comfortable, to not have worries. And life don't always work that way. Trust me, I know that, because life can come at you fast, and like the snap of a finger, it can be gone. But if you do have, learn to use your resources properly. Learn to grow with those resources, make those resources work for you at the end of the day, because at the end of the day, that's what it's all about. But this was an interesting piece and an interesting statement / questions by Ndamukong Suh, man. Y'all can go check him out on his podcast. But let me know what y'all think about this, man. And I know, I'm a little late with it, but still drop your comments and share and tell me what y'all think. This your boy Antoine Smith. I'm gonna holler at y'all in a little while, man. Peace.